Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 4:30, Saturday. It is the 20th of June. I think it's the longest day of the year tomorrow. Lovely to see you. Let's wait for a few of you lovelies to pile in. We're going to be talking about staying high vibed. And it's really important that you do stay high vibe right now, because everything around you is deafening, isn't it, with regards to what's going on? And it's so easy for things to zap you, isn't it? Do you not think it's so easy for things to zap you and just to try and pull you out of who you are? And you have to rise above it. We really, really do. I popped out this morning to get some petrol from my strimmer and lawnmower. Popped into a fuel station, fill up my jerry can. And there's a woman there putting all her gloves on. And I said, you got coronaphobia? And she went, whoa. I was like, no, I said, just having a giggle. But her instant reaction was just like, oh, my word. State of alarm, state of panic's unbelievable. So, it is what it is. And then you go into the thing, you pay for your stuff, you got all these big perspex screens. And I went in, there's two women. I went, hello, ladies, how are you? And they're like, oh. They've got faces like thunder. And she had to give me some change. She had to give me some cash backs, free coins. And I held my hand under the thing she put in there. And I was like, you could see her hesitating. Like, oh, I can't touch him. I'm not allowed to touch him. Government says we can all go back to normal soon. I'm like, the virus really cares about what Boris Johnson thinks. If there's this deadly killer virus out there, it really cares about. But Boris is in total control of it. All right, total control. So you're all being asked to get used to your new normals, right? And what is a new normal? What is it? What is this new normal that we're all passively being asked to accept? Myself, I won't have it. But we can't let it get us down. That's the point I want to come in here and make, is that we can't let this grind us down, because if we do, then it means that the other side is winning, and we just can't allow that. I've just had a debate with a woman on my Facebook page in the local group. She's having a go at why people won't wear masks, and it's an outrage. And I'm like, well, there's no evidence and no science to back up the fact that masks actually do any good apart from harm. I don't know if I got one in my pocket. No, it's in my other work top. Every time you put a mask on, you've got to keep touching it, haven't you? You've got to keep messing around with it. You're all up around your eyes, your hands. And then you're breathing back your own carbon dioxide. I don't like that. I don't think that's norm. And, it can cause all sorts of issues. You're supposed to breathe out, and the products you breathe out are supposed to stay out. I wasn't on a bus because of no mask. See, it's crazy. How long do you think this is in for, Lauren? Is this the new normal? Fuck it, I might just buy me Darth Vader mask. I'm going to have to take the plunge. If I have to get on a bus or a train, I am going as the fucking Dark Lord, let me tell you. Adhering to these coronavirus lockdowns conditions like 2 + 2 = 5. Remember 1984? Absolutely, it is. There's no evidence to suggest that wearing a mask does any good at all. Now, I've worn plenty of masks over the years, not only at my kinky parties I used to go to, but at work. Spent many years rubbing this down, rubbing that down. In the early years, never bothered with a mask because I thought I was invincible. I could just breathe in all that stuff. I used to rip out Asbestolux flu liners and everything. And I'm still here. I'm still having a good time. I've never really overly worried about my own personal sort of. I don't see a separation in all of us. I think we should. What's going on right now is everyone's turning on each other, and it's such a shame. So sad to see. Someone's walking past the gate. And I had my skull mask. It's unbelievable. Can't get on a bus or a train without wearing a mask. What happened? Did they just turn you away? Did you say, mate, you ain't got on my bus? It's unbelievable. Do we honestly believe that this killer virus is out there, do we? Is this killer virus really out there? Is this as bad, or is it just like the common flu? 30,000 people a year die of the common flu. You know, we don't shut the country down. We don't crash the economy. We don't do all these other bits and bobs, do we? Because of the common flu. Should we? If the flu's a killer, and the flu is a killer, turns into pneumonia and all sorts. Bookie's asked us to wash our hands before anything else, walked out, not standing for this communistic nonsense. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Yeah. It's weird. This virus thing has just gripped everybody. And this woman that was filling her car up earlier when I was taking a piss a little bit, I could see in her face that the fear level was, I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, he wouldn't let me on like a Nazi. Nein, you is not coming on my bus. You must fuck off. Unbelievable. Freedom of choice. Whatever happened to freedom of choice in this epidemic, pandemic, scamdemic, plandemic? I mean, is there a virus out there that's killing people? Are there people dying of this? Probably is, but we've like, it's weird. And the point I want to make is, at what point does it go back to the norm? Do we go back to the norm? Do we go back to normality? I just see all these doors shutting down and everything, and it's fucking mental. It's mental. How long is this going to be in for? Is this going to be in for the next year? Are people going to start going back on holiday? Are the airlines going to start going back into thing? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Shape of the New Earth, maybe. Message deleted from Dorothy Allen. Oh, was it saucy? You wouldn't let me on like a Nazi. That's unbelievable. So you're Daniel, you're going to the bookies, are you? Having a little flutter? Before, yeah, no, I don't blame you. Communist nonsense, and it is communist nonsense. It's making people very insular, really. We all know this is a play, but the satanic NWO to enslave us all. I think it is, Matt. I do. I think there's, you know, what I'd love was last year when the flu virus or the flu bug, whatever it is you want to call the flu, was killing thousands of people. I would love to have seen the news sensationalize it, all right, and see the reaction of the people. I would love the news to report on how many people a day die of cancer and sensationalize that. This country, I think, would just have a complete and utter meltdown. We face challenges every single day, ladies and gentlemen. Every single day we face challenges. You know, we could have a car crash. We could fall off a cliff. You could come off your push bike, come off your motorbike. Even if you're skateboarding, if you're still fit and athletic and you want to go skateboard, you could come off your skateboard and hit your head on a curb and be dead. You know, there's so many. The actual odds, when you do the odds, like that, when you do the odds of living and surviving, it's a lottery and a quandary. You got to count your blessings every day when you get up and think to yourself, thank God I'm alive. You must do. But this has all gone a little bit too far. And what I see is the agenda. There is an agenda-driven thing because all these measures don't seem to be temporary measures. They seem to be it's a long game. The system's playing a long game. It's sad. It's really, really, really sad, you know, what is going on. Hello, I'm Bendel. How you, mate? You right? I'm Bendel. Good afternoon, boy. Oh, nice to see you, darling. So yeah, I mean, hysteria, the schools, the poor kids in the schools, not you know, all this distancing and the distancing don't make sense for me either. Some countries, I mean, Switzerland has not locked down at all. The politics is never let something go to waste. If a situation arises, Never let it go to waste. And I think this coronavirus, I think Boris and his lot must have just been rubbing their hands together, going, "Oh, sweeten up, sweeten up." We can get a dastardly master plan out there now. But where all these temporary measures, where shopping centres have all geared up for it now. They've put all this tech in, technology. Are they going to be taking it away? I don't think they are. I think this is it. I think this is your future. It's sad, isn't it? It's really, really, really sad. So, look, don't get down and depressed, but we have to fight back. We have to do something about this. We have to call it out. We have to keep calling it out for what it is. Now, any death is tragic. Any virus is tragic. Any illness is tragic. It really, really is. But I just see that they've used this as a bit of a swivel. This has got something different on it. This is like cheese on jam. This is something on the top of this. This is the froth on top of the beer. They've used this coronavirus. You had AIDS, you've had all these other SARS and Ebola and all these other things, but you've never had a situation of a communistic lockdown, have you? And all these measures put into place in supermarkets. And it's the reaction of people. If you get too close to them, or you can see that they're now. I can imagine this is what it would have been like living in Germany under the regime of Adolf, where everybody's looking at one another and checking and grassing them up and making sure that then, do you know what I mean? And like, wondering whether they've got ulterior motives. That's how I see this. I think that's how people are out there now. They're looking for an angle. They're looking for. It's a weird vibe. It is a weird vibe. And thankfully, I'm lucky that I don't go and play in town centres and that no more. I mean, it's just disgusting. But this is the new future, maybe. This could be the new future. I think this is in for a long time. How long do you think this is in for? Do you think this is in for a long time? I do. I think this is in for 10 years. I do. Pubs are opening up again soon. That's a bit of a head start, I guess. I think what will happen is going to get to a certain point, and I think the people of this country will start driving the narrative. I think they're going to have to. I just can't see any other way around it, because all the time the people do nothing and they stay passive, then the system is winning. But if all the people's got to do is push back and say, no, we're not accepting this nonsense. We're not accepting it. Cash, banks, they want this one world thing where they want to do away with cash so that everyone's relying on cards. And the problem with that is that you can be switched off. At the moment, if you can go to a cash machine and your banks are pretty all right, you can go and get cash out, you can go and buy your eggs and bacon, but if the system deems you to be naughty because you've not paid your taxes or paid a fine or things like that, then you've got proper problems, because they will just turn you off. All right, they will absolutely turn you off. And I think we have to keep this going because it gives us a little bit of freedom. I've always found in my life that cash has given me freedoms. It has. It's given me what I've got in life, and I've done very well. I have. They can get stuffed. Absolutely. I think the people will rise soon. They need to. DDBB. DDBB. That's a nice. Where's that profile name from? Is that one you just made up? Nice. Are you a first-time visitor? Are you a first-time visitor? If you are, please consider subscribing. I had a late night last night, and I've been having a few migraines. So I'm a little bit just chilled out and I'm feeling a little bit malign at the minute. But we have to keep our energies up. We have to keep our focus up. Nature's got a good break. I must admit, nature's having a very good break. Nature's enjoying this lack of being raped. Mother Earth is certainly enjoying what's going on right now, let me tell you. And we're seeing nature bounce back. We're seeing we've had deer in our field, and I've never seen that. I've never seen deer there. Never, not seen them. I've seen them out and around when I've gone cycling, but it's good to see, man. It's good to see all the wildlife like going, oh, you know, thanks. We got a bit of a break. All this pollution dissipating. It's good. Crypto is in their hands, plus gold and silver, as that's real money. I don't trust crypto. I've got to be honest. If I was going to hedge my bets and put this cash system into a different, more tangible instrument, I would buy silver. I don't suppose about gold. I think silver industry relies on silver ever such a lot. Yes, first time I've subscribed, young man. Hello. Oh, that's lovely. I was going to say, I thought you was new. That's beautiful. This channel's just growing. I started this about 3 months ago. I had a YouTube channel for over a year and a half. Never really done and never really felt like I'd connected in with the YouTube side of things. I was more of a full-on Facebooker until Facebook decided to really censor me, and they took a profile away where I'd had over 16,000 people on it. That's a small army. And we were raising the vibration and we were doing live streams, and they took that away, and I didn't go and beg, and I thought I need to look for something new, something different, something that I can grow and hopefully will keep intact. And this seems to be the platform. And in the last three and a bit months, we've got an extra almost 500 people. So that's good going. That is good going. I've seen you a few times on Facebook till I got banned. Oh, you got banned as well, did you? It's terrible. Facebook censorship it's especially, look, the thing is, right, so let's look at that. I've always been kind of a high vibrator, you know. I'd have been good in an Ann Summers shop. So I'd have been a good, because I do live with a good vibration. But we've been saying for years that there's things that are not right and things need to change, and we come and brought our truths to Facebook, etc. And we got censored. Now, when you consider all what's going on out there in the world right now, all the craziness with the statues and the Black Lives Matter and the damage to property and the burning and the killing and maiming of all sorts of individuals. I mean, it's just disgusting. And I don't recognise, I've got to say, I don't recognise my country at the moment. I don't recognise it at all. It's like a foreign place to me. It feels weird. But the reason why all that's going on is because we've been censored. And our words were never heeded. I don't like destruction. I like order, in as much as people are respectful and do decent things. But it's the banks are the ones that have had us on our knees. The banks are the ones that have caused all this misery. The banking sector is the devil. It's wicked. It's quite nasty, the banking sector. And they've had us all as slaves over the last few years, but we've not been able to see it. But we are seeing it now, and we are in many ways leveling out on this system with regards to what we're doing as individuals. You can't be forced, right? And this is the problem. You can't be forced to take part in the society or whatever it is you want to call it if you don't want to. I can't force you to do anything. So what makes a government be able to force you to do anything? It can't. So what we can do, we have the ability to walk away. We have the ability to say no. Why? Because we as men and women, we wasn't made by the government. We were made by God, whatever it is you want to call it. So we have that freedom, that flexibility to say, no, thank you. If you want to go down that path of fascism or communism or cultural Marxism, whatever it is you want to call it, then you don't have to participate. And you can't be forced to participate, because if you're being forced to participate, then that's tyranny. If you're forced to register your car, if you're forced to register your child, that's tyranny. There's no freedom in that, because it should all be about free will. Okay. And I'm someone that is an advocate for free will. I think free will is the most powerful, gorgeous thing that we was ever given, and that what we possess. Dave has a calming influence on lives. He's a good soul. Natalia, hang on, let me just. Natalia. Oh, it's a beautiful name. Natalia Hadley. Did BB Dave has a calming influence on lives. He's a good soul. Bless your heart, sweetheart. Becoming third world country if nothing is done now, living off the backs of the people of this country. It's weird, isn't it, what's going on there? It is so weird. DD, they're owned by the deep state cabal. They are. It seems Facebook is far left. Far left, far right. I mean, once we sort of get on that path of far right, far left, we're just so divided. We've got no cohesion. We don't know how to come together. When we fight over politics and we fight over politicians and we think this politician's going to do that thing. And that's always amazed me, is that people get so excited about when a voting session comes up and they go and put a cross in a box, which is for the illiterates. And they think that so much is going to change. They really do believe that, oh, Tony Blair's going to change things, or all these people have got Margaret Thatcher's going to change things. Well, they never do. They just make things worse. They're only in it for their own interests, ladies and gentlemen, because they all leave office with fortunes. Tony Blair left office with fortunes before he became Prime Minister, didn't really have too much. And that's one good thing that I think we could say about Donald Trump, whether you like Trump or not. He don't take a penny. He hasn't become the president of America for a penny. He don't collect any wages. He's not interested. And that's the first time in history that's ever happened. You do know that. You do know that there has never been a president of America that's never been in it and had a bit of cash out of it. Obama. I think Obama was an evil man. I think Obama was a bit of a devil. I think he was someone that would smile at your face and look at all smarmy, but in the back, I think he was proper stabbing the people up big time. That's just my opinion. And he does make a lovely couple with his husband, Michelle. Nice looking couple. They really are. But I think they've done a lot of damage to America. And I think Trump's fixing it up in his own way. My dad once said, God bless him, that they all piss in the same pot. They do, mate. Yeah, and I'm 57 this year and never voted. Amen. I don't vote. I don't see the sense in it. I don't get involved in all their nonsense. I just want to be at peace. I want to live in a world in equality with everybody else. I don't think we need leaders. I think it's dangerous. I do. I really, really do. Pied Piper leading them all off the bridge. Absolutely. Yeah. Hillary Clinton is on trial. Yeah, Hillary Clinton, whether people know or they don't know, has been and is on trial in America right now, ladies and gentlemen. And that's true. Hillary Clinton she's getting her collar felt, and rightly so. The Clinton Foundation is an evil, wicked institution, let me tell you. The government are ruled by us, aren't they? Supposedly. If you like democracy, direct democracy could work. But this representative democracy doesn't work because it's fascist. It's been taken over. It is controlled. It is evil. And I'm hoping that everyone is starting to see what's going on now, because why the government allowing all these statues to come down? Do you not think that they have the power, or should have the power, to put people in place to stop this nonsense going on? I think they should have, and I think they do. So why they idly stand by and watch all these statues come down and this mayhem ensue and start taking a knee? We're seeing now this new ritual. We've had the clapping on a Thursday night. That for me, I never partook in it at all. But now we've moved on from the clapping. The clapping don't really seem to be that fashionable anymore. But we've moved into taking a knee, which is pathetic. That's just my humble opinion. If you like taking a knee, you go and take a knee. But you ain't getting me take a knee for nobody. She's in Gitmo, says DDBB. Yeah, I do believe she is in Gitmo. Taking a knee is a sign of submission. Of course it is, yeah. I remember her saying we will all hang for this when she lost the election. Yeah. Oh, she did. She did. And Trump, she said, I'm glad Trump's not in charge of our prisons, our law system. And he said, yeah, because if I was, you'd be in jail. And I think he meant it. I think when Trump said that about Clinton, I think he meant it. I think he knew. I think Trump's a good man. I think Donald Trump is doing a lot of good stuff around the world. I really, really do. But we have to find a way through this, ladies and gentlemen, and that starts with our own inner vibration. I would hate to think the amount of people that are at home right now in total despair. And I know that people have been committing suicide. All right, I mean, people are sending me messages. Dave, so and so have killed suicide. They've suicided themselves. They don't want to live like this. It's disgraceful. You know, the buses, the trains now, you can't access public transport unless you bow down to the Satan. You've got, and look, it's revelation. Whether or not you like the stuff that I talk about when I get into scripture, but if you just took the time to read Revelation, you'd be like, wow, we're living it. You would really, honestly, if you was to listen to Revelation on YouTube, the book of Revelation by John the Divine, or read it if you have your own scripture, just have a listen, plug your earphones in, jump in the bath, get your Cadbury's caramel, shut your eyes and let it get into you. And you'll go, yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm seeing the full manifestation of the dark stuff. But it don't last for long, let me tell you, because the dark side is a massive deceiver. Can't stand in truth and light. And his time is short, ladies and gentlemen. Time is short. Because at some point, are we seeing a separation here? That's a big thing for me. We've got people of like-minded consciousness like myself, all seem to be now like drifting apart. We're going our own way. We're not partaking in their shambolics. We're not going to the shopping centres. We're not indoctrinated. We're not, so we're going a different way from the rest of the herd. And it is when they said, we've got to get herd mentality, herd immunity. I think what they mean is herd mentality. Where are you from, DD? Oh, where are you from, DD? Natalia. That's a beautiful name, man. That is. I love Natalia. When they have a James Bond movie, Natalia. Go Trump. Have you seen Hillary's body count? What the fuck? Ha! The devils are at work for a long time, even in this country. Yeah, they are. But they can't. I was saying to someone the other day, they ran an Anglican church locally to me, and he's losing a lot of his congregation because of the way he's speaking and the way he's feeling. And he seems to tap into me for information. It's lovely. It's beautiful that people are finally paying attention, big time paying attention. The whole country is like, they're watching everything that's going on and thinking, oh my God. It's like they've been caught in the headlights of a car. It's like a rabbit or whatever it is. When you go down a road and you catch something on the road in your headlights, it freezes and it's stationary because it don't know where to go. And I think that's the situation that we've got in this country right now. There's a load of people that are stuck in the headlights, in the crosshairs. Now, Benito Mussolini, many, many years ago, I don't know if this was during the war or after the war, but he was interviewed and he wasn't a very nice man, a bit of a coward, in fact, Benito Mussolini, as they all are. He said, someone asked him a question. They said, what's the definition of fascism? And he said, it's when government and industry works together for a common cause. Now, government's only got a blink and they shut the shops down. Government's only got a blink and they shut the buses down, the trains down, the airlines, everything. People, you've got to understand, these people in this parliament building have control over everything. And that's totalitarianism. You've got to really, really, really be careful when your government owns and controls all of industry, and industry bows down to it. You got to be really careful. You have to be so careful when that's happening. So that's what Benito Mussolini, that was his definition of fascism. And the Italians were fascists during the Second World War, as was Adolf Hitler. But people seem to think, and all they talk about is far right, racist thugs, far right this, far right that. Adolf Hitler was not far right. Adolf Hitler was on the left of politics. You can't do this, you can't do that. We're in a situation like that now in this country. Oh, you can't say this, you can't do that. Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, oh, no. It's on the left, isn't it? All these lefties, all these do-gooders, yeah? That's fascism. It's not far right. Far right racist thugs were called out last weekend for going up and trying to protect the statues, all the ex-military men, Army, Navy, and RAF boys was up there. Some guy got his throat slashed and killed. Absolutely disgraceful scenes. And what did Boris Johnson do? His empathy went as far as calling them all far-right racist thugs. So that's what Boris Johnson thinks of ex-military service personnel that want to stand up for this country and protect its infrastructure and protect its traditions and way of life. Boris Johnson now calls them far-right, leftist, far-right, racist thugs. That's what Boris Johnson calls them. And that's just outrageous. His statements all went through the newspapers and around the world. You know, he's calling people that want to stay. So I'm saying, don't go. Stay at home. Let him deal with it. Let Boris, the legend, deal with all the fallout which is to come. Let him deal with the BLM. Let him deal head to face with it. Let him take it on. Don't put yourself in the firing line. It's not worth it. Especially if your Prime Minister was to come out and say, thank you very much for turning up today and for protecting our way of life, our customs and our traditions. We want to thank you. Now, when you put that together with all the immigration that's being allowed, everybody coming into the country via these Scooby-Doos from Dover and stuff coming across, you got to wonder why this is being allowed. And the police go, come on, yeah. We've had people go to the docks years ago screaming at coppers saying, this is my fucking country and you're letting these fucking people in. They're coming here for war. And the old bill go home, mind your own fucking business. They should be ashamed of themselves. The police should be ashamed of themselves. Why? Because they're bringing a war. They're bringing a war in. They're bringing a war to this country. And it's already up and running. It's up and running. Our failure is why all this is going on. It's the truth. He's a thug himself. I agree. Boris Johnson. So Boris has admonished, but what he should have done was said, thank you very much for coming today, for protecting Winston and for protecting our statues and monuments, our customs and our way of life. I applaud you all. No. Boris the fascist and the government is a complete fascist organisation. Doesn't like our customs and our way of life. He wants total domination, total control over everybody and everybody's layers in their life through their financial sector, through their private. You're not allowed to be private no more. We need to get back to being private, ladies and gentlemen. We need to remove ourselves from this system, and we will. You're right there, Antifa is a terrorist group. Yeah, but what's Boris doing? He's just rising it. He's rising it up. He's letting all this go on. He's letting this build. He's letting all these statues come down. He could quite easily have put an order out and said to the police, right, whatever costs, protect the statues. Fuck, don't go and help bailiffs out. You just fucking stick your guns in, and these statues wouldn't have come down and these people would never have been able to do it. And the police must feel like they're complicit in all of this. I would imagine that most police go home overnight thinking, what the fucking hell am I allowing? They're bringing a war. They're bringing something big here, ladies and gentlemen, but it will affect them. It will affect them because I can see if this BLM movement, wherever it is, Antifa gets out of control, I think at some point they will go for the heart of the beast. I think they will go for Parliament, and I think they will have the gates off its hinges, and I think they will fucking ransack it. So, Boris, you are playing a very fucking dangerous game right now. Very, very dangerous game. You've got a wick on a candle, and that wick's getting fucking thingy. You can't look. They're going up there causing chaos, mayhem. They're pulling down statues, right? When some people in these organisations get to grip with what they're doing and how big they're becoming, they'll figure it out. They'll figure out that they've got to go to Downing Street and rip the gates off. They'll figure out they've got to go to Parliament and rip the fucking gates off and pull these people out of the buildings and ransack the places. They're going to do it. I can feel it coming. So I say, patriots, get off the fucking streets, stay home, enjoy yourself, watch them take these places over. And me personally, I want to see the gates of Downing Street open. I want to see the men with machine guns stood down. Are we really that wicked a people that we need men with machine guns, on the gates of Parliament? I don't think we do. I really don't think we do. And it reminds me of 1936 Germany. This is how this all started off in Germany. Everything that's going on right now is pretty much a mirror image of what went on in Germany and how they come to rise. Now, Heinrich Himmler, many years ago, went to the Chancellery and their government buildings, and he pretty much got rid of all of their established constitutionalists and pretty much did away with them all so that the Nazi Party could come to rise in power. Now, when you consider what Tony Blair did in the 1990s, I've always said that Tony Blair was a modern-day Heinrich Himmler because he went into the House of the Lords, whether you like them or you don't, he fucking stripped them all out. He went, right, listen, if you don't reform under the House of Lords Reform Act or wherever it was, he says, you're going to get sacked. And he put them all on the payroll, so they're all in bed with whatever they agreed to. So the House of Lords and the House of Commons was what used to keep check on Parliament. He used to say, no, you're not doing that to the people. No, you're not subverting the people. You're not subverting the Constitution. That's what it was for. Now they've subverted it. And now the Lords daren't go against what anyone in government says because they're all on the payroll. Yeah? Unbelievable. That should be your YouTube icon avatar of you with your glasses with one arm like Dangerfield with his hat. I'm loving that, Timmy Bobbinson. Beautiful name. Tim, is it your first time, love? Are you a first timer? Listen, please consider subscribing, pressing like and hitting the bell button for further notifications. We're just in here talking where this is to me is like a saloon bar. This to me, you've not subscribed. What do you like? This is up to you, mate. It's your free will. I love free will. Hard at. Yeah, these lockdown glasses, these are. I'm a bit buggered when the other arm comes off because I'm just hoping what I'll have to do is put a little bit of blue tack under me centre part there and just get them having a little wobble up. I will get some new ones. I do actually have my pinhole glasses. I'm a patriotic alternative. Beautiful. Do we know each other? Do we know? Have we ever met? I've got a funny feeling I know you somehow. JFK's 1961. I just had a feeling come over me. I know this Timmy Bobbinson. JFK 1961 speech. He says, "What has happened to the world secrecy is often repugnant in a free and open society. Borders preached with no bombs dropped." Boom, 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 boom. Well, hi Dave. Hello Assumption. Nice to see you, darling. Timothy Bobbinson, we have friends of friends. Yeah. Well, I've got a funny feeling I know you somewhere down the line. Just come over me. I've got this inner feeling going, I know Timmy Bobbinson. I'm loving that. Is that you? That's a beautiful last name. Bobbinson. Bobbinson. Beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a measure of where we are right now. Are we all still tuned into the BBC? Are we tuned into Channel 4? Are we listening to the BBC Radio News? Are you reading newspapers? It's so easy to control a narrative when you have all the hearts and minds of a country all dialed in to that core belief system, that postage stamp mentality. Timmy Bobbinson. Tommy Robinson. That's not Tommy. That's not TR. TR wouldn't tune into me. I'm Bendel. No. We have friends of friends. Assumption. Lovely to see you, Dar. I think we've just done that, Assumption. I'm a goldfish today. I'm in a goldfish bowl going round and round and round and round and round and round and round. yeah, we're in weird times, but we have to keep our vibration up. We have to keep smiling. We have to keep playing forward. Um, I'm enjoying. I'm actually enjoying this time period. I really am. But I know there's not a lot of people out there that are really copping it right now. Tommy is a. I was a tard a long time ago, and I woke up from being a twat. Oh, bless you. Twatism, isms, dangerous things, isms, communism, fascism, socialism. Socialism, fascism, and communism should all be put in the same bubble because they're all one of the same thing, just slightly different variations. And Jeremy Corbyn, a self-confessed national socialist. People love. I'm going down the social club. Oh, I like. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to think about your social distancing. Hang on. Anything social is like fascism, and but people don't get it. They just don't see the correlation of the words. They're like, crikey, socialism is slavery. It is. Socialism is absolute slavery, and I don't know as a country how we've ever got here. I don't know how we've ever got here. How have we got here? Heart of oak, beautiful, loving that. Yeah, good for you, mate. Good for you, giving it some of that. I love these. I do love these. Is that nostrils or is that two hands together? It looks like nostrils from me. I'm gonna have to get stronger lenses. In fact, when I get off here today, I'm gonna go around the internet and I'm gonna buy. Oh, and by the way, if you don't want to go shopping, ladies and gentlemen, I'll introduce you to a thing called a tape measure. All right, very simple. You go round your tits, right? You go round your shoulders. You take the measurements down. You go round your waist. And lads, if you've got a big one, just allow a few inches just for that, all right? In case it goes off somewhere. Take a measurement of the top of your thighs, the backs of your calves. Write it all down. Go online. Find your little tapestries that you like the look of, your Lyland Scots, your Pringles, whatever it is you're into. Bob's your uncle. Go and get your measurements online. Bob's your uncle. Get your clobber online. Get it delivered to your front door. It will stop you going into the high streets and having to mix with the muggles. I fail to believe and understand how people can go and queue up outside Primani like sheep and go in 2 by 2 or 1 by 1. Unbelievable. Got to keep that 2 meter rule. The problem is when someone sneezes, did you know the sneeze fly is 18 foot plus? Yeah. Now, when I'm having an hay fever attack, I can really get a sneeze on. Yeah. That goes 18 foot. 2 meters has gone out the window. You've got some countries with 1 meter. What is all this? What is this distance all about? Get back! What? What do you mean? Get back. You're within 2 meters. And? You go to the supermarkets, you go round, you get your trolley, right? There's people out there sanitising the things down. You fill up your trolleys with all your stuff and you get on the conveyor belt and the cashier's behind the fucking spit guard. They pile all your food through and you go, oh, we don't take cash no more. Why don't you take cash no more? In case we catch a virus. Hang on a minute, fucktard. You've just handled my frozen fucking peas in public. Yeah? But you won't take my cash. I've just handled your packets of peas from your freezers by some retard that's just put them in there who works for you. Am I whinging and bitching and moaning? No. Do I have any say in it? No. Take me fucking cash then. Jen, you've got to keep cash going, ladies and gentlemen, as much as you can. Go to your hole in the walls. Pull out your thingy. Go and spend your cash. Try and avoid spending your cards. Trust me. Lovely oranges from Spain. Beautiful. Sneeze in the wind and it travels distance. Yeah, boom. A pound your oranges. My friend sponsors a tree in Seville, in Spain. It costs him 30 euros a year, right, to sponsor an orange tree. And he gets once a year or twice a year a big delivery, FOC, boxes of oranges. Mate, let me tell you, I was around here the other month. He was cold pressing that thing, and we had a little bit of ice, and then stuff. Oh, amazing! Tastes beautiful, guys. You got to keep your immune system up right now, right? I'll talk you through me day to day. We've had vitamin D, we've had vitamin C. I've had a couple of 3 or 4 green teas. I eat healthy grapes, apples, oranges. We've had a nice egg-based lunch with salads and stuff. You've got to boost your immune system, yeah. You really do. If you've got a diet of pizzas and cheap processed foods and all that, you're risking it. You are, because you're not doing your due diligence. You're not keeping your system healthy. You're not staying safe. You've got to stay safe on the inside. It's not an external thing. This virus isn't external. It's internal. Because whatever it is that gets into your system, it's going in and attacking your body. All right, that's all that's happening, and it's going after your cells and it's pulling out exosomes, and that's why you get ill. But if you've got a good immune system and you're having good vitamin C, you're having good healthy foods and good healthy fats and nuts and this, that, the other, and you're getting the spectrum of all trace minerals and salts and this, that, the other, your system's going to be like, we're the SAS. We're not having this. What do you mean you want to come into my vessel? This isn't external. This virus thing that's going on right now called COVID juice should all be about you internally. All right. This should you be thinking about, right, if I go out there in the big real world, which you do every single day, you should be worried about what it is that you can do within inside your body that's going to supercharge and super boost your immune system. Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, putting a mask on, you're breathing back in your own CO2. You're touching your face in any case. It's down hand sanitizer hands. I have not used sanitizer at all. I wouldn't do it. Not a chance. No, because your skin's an epidermis. Just soap and water, man. Just soap and water. Yeah, just nice soap and water. That's all you need. Plenty of vitamin D. Lads, if you want to get 10,000 IUs into you a day, vitamin D, let me tell you. Work out, get your gyms out, get your bikes out, stay fit. If you're fit and you've got a super immune system, it won't touch you. It's mainly going for the elderly, and that tells you something. It's going for the ones that have got a suppressed immune system, people who don't look after themselves. I'm not saying it's not out there. I'm not saying that at all. I question the narratives. I question where all this is going. I question the fact that government seems to have a hand grenade and the pin, and that they pull the pin whenever they want and they fire it out via their airwaves, and everybody in this country shits themselves. That's really fucking scary. But I'm grateful to say that I think people are now fine-tuning where they get their information from and where they lay their trust. And we are seeing a massive change in humanity, in mankind. Let me tell you. Lovely oranges from Spain to stop mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are vicious little things, aren't they? Sneeze into the wind and it travels distance. Yeah, it does. Timmy Bobinson says not £10, not even a fiver, ladies. £2 each. Primani, cheapest chips. You can order online from Primark. I will not be subjecting myself to this new normal, ladies and gentlemen. And if it means I can't go out to restaurants anymore, so be it. If it means I can't go on public transport anymore, so be it. I've got transport here. If it means I can't go down the high street anymore and spend money, so be it. I'm not bothered. Let them they'll realise one day where they fucked up. I really do believe these times are coming. Bowling alleys now. If you go to a bowling alley, you've got to walk in, follow the yellow brick road. You've got to hand sanitize. I won't be going. I'm not going. I am not lending it my energy. Now, that's a very valuable thing. Where do you place your energy? What are you doing every single day with your energy? If it's not serving you, don't use it. Don't use public transport if you don't have to. Don't want to wear a mask. You have the right, ladies and gentlemen, not to wear a mask. I think government are laughing at people. I think they're going, fucking idiots. I do. I genuinely think that they go, What's going through their heads? We can't believe. If Boris Johnson come on over this weekend and said, right, everybody, we've got a new thing for COVID juice. You've got to do the Okie Kokie. There'd be people out there doing the Okie Kokie. You'll be hearing that Okie Kokie song played 24/7. You really would. My personal 2 penneth worth is that we all need to start thinking 10 years ahead. Things are moving so fast that thinking about next year is worthless. Yes, mate, absolutely agree with you. I don't think this country's going back to what they called normal ever again. I don't think you're going to go back to the how you was. I really don't. I think that your friends and neighbours are going to want to put fucking knives in your back because you won't wear a mask. I think we've hit rock bottom. I do. So do I. I think they're laughing their heads off. They are. Hello, Miss Penguin. Lovely to see you. How are you? How are you, Del Boy? Nice to see you, Marlene. Guys, it's just fucking crazy. I mean, I'm just about to go and have a workout, get on my bike look at that sexy machine. Look. Oh, that's my rolling roads. Front wheels off. It's in a brace. Got a rolling road. Can you see the rolling road? Oh, yeah. So I use this all the time. This is my rig. I've got weights. I've got a boxing bag coming, a gym bag coming. So that's going to be good for me exercising. It's going to be hanging just up in the middle there. I'm going to get boxing training. You've got to keep fit. You've got to keep fit. You've got to drink good, clean water. If you're drinking tap water, please stop it. Tap water is terrible for you. The estrogens and the stuff that's in it and the tranquilizers, half of this country's on medication, ladies and gentlemen. Half the country's on medication of some sort. There's a cacophony of drugs in the system, right? In the water system. Men's sperm counts are dropping big time. Why? Because of all the stuff that's in the tap water. Try your hardest to get a distiller. Try and distill your water and remineralize it with some Himalayan pink salt or Celtic sea salt. Scooters, bicycles, mopeds, yeah, electric scooters. Get yourself an electric scooter if you can. They're not overly expensive. Some of them electric scooters can do like a 30, 40 mile round trip. Now that's good. And you can fold them up and you can carry them around with you. Maybe that's the way forward, to invest your time and money in something like that. We have to start thinking outside the box, all right? We have to. It's a fucking shame. It's such a shame that this government has done this to us. And I know that the people are going to rise. They're going to have no choice. Shadow sparring, weights, push-ups, shouts, running. Yeah, absolutely. I did 60 minutes home gym and then 45-minute run a day. God, I bet you're fit. Send us the picture of your saucy slap. You know what I'm saying? Boil your water, let it cool down, put it in the fridge. Yeah, you can do that. That's better than doing nothing. All the chlorines and toxins, actually, if you put water out, cut an apple, put a slice of apple in, that pulls a lot of stuff. You'll see the apple go really weird and black and horrible. Tap water's disgusting. If I showed you what come out of my distiller, you'd be like, I'm not gay, so that's all right, love. It's all right. It's all right. It's not my bag either. But, you know, I'm very, very heterosexual, me, you know. Yeah, been with my missus almost 20 years now, and I don't know if she's put up with me all this time, but she has. Guys, look, I'm going to get going. I want to do some gym stuff. In any case, I've come over here. I'm very tired today because I was up most of the night. You know what I'm saying? Just think about the things we say. It's beautiful to see you all here. If it's your first time, consider subscribing, hitting the bell button for further notifications, and giving me a thumbs up, one of them. That's quite nice. That helps. That helps a lot. The channel's growing. It's slow, but it is what it is. It will get there. We will get there. And if there's any subjects that you want to talk about and you want us to cover, please let me know, and we will cover them subjects. If anybody also knows I've got some screen sharing platforms. I've got one called StreamYard, and I've got one called Be Live. If anybody knows of another one that I could use, then if you could put that in the comments box and let me know, I'll download that, and it means that I can put screens and share videos and do all that stuff. You've seen it all before. So, peeps, till next time, thanks for tuning in. Have beautiful, beautiful weekends. Happy Father's Days. Don't let the bastards grind you down. All right, keep talking your truth, because we will win. We will win, and we are winning. The system has descended into this chaos and this situation because we're rising and the consciousness level's rising. It's exactly the same as the First World War. The consciousness level in the people just before the First World War was really, really rising. They was really getting the Christ consciousness. So they whacked in this First World War to take that away, and they succeeded. Don't let this coronavirus thing be the same as that, right? That catalyst. We need to be bigger, bolder, braver, and we will win. Trust me, the light will always win. Satan is a fucking puny one. If in doubt and you're not having a good time, just say the Lord's Prayer once or twice a day and just watch how your life changes. It really does. Have a good one, boyo. Says I'm Ben Dow. Have a look on YouTube, bro. I will do, Lauren. Gorgeous. Thanks for that. Dorothy Allen, loving the hearts. Back at you, sweetheart. Yeah, I might be back later tonight. Depends. I fancy having a little kit. What's the time? I don't even know what the time is. It's got to be getting there, isn't it? It's 3:20. I might have a little cheeky nap because I was up half the night and I feel terrible, believe it or not. So, Matty Taylor, thanks, darling. Natalia, gorgeous. Thank you very much for popping in. Timmy Bobbison. I love that name. Bye for now, everybody. Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a little boozer, isn't it? It's like a little boozer. Middle-aged nap time. Yeah, middle-aged. I'm past that. I'll be 53 soon. That's fine. Middle-aged is 40. I've done that years ago. 40. I was in. Where did I go for my 40th? I went to Egypt. Yeah, we got on a plane and went to Egypt for my 40th. We went to Egypt for 40th, and I took loads of people out for a meal. I was out in Egypt, just some people we bumped into. I think I took about 8 out, and I think the bill come to about 75 quid for all of us. And we'd had 3 courses for about 8 or 10 people. It was mental. I said, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I got this, because I'm looking for the menu thinking, how much was that so cheap? And a beautiful time. I am Jen. I'm Jenny from the block. I am Jennifer, as in Jennifer. Still train 5 times a week. Is that how you train, Timmy Bobbinson? You doing 5 times a week, are you? Fair play. Super boosting your immune system, gorgeous. I'm loving that. Beat you, I'm 70 this year and seen some shit in my life, but this beats it all. It does, Iron Bendel. Mate, listen, whenever it's your birthday, tell us, because I'm going to get a cake, we'll have a candle, we're going to wish you happy birthday, and we'll have a riot, mate. So I don't know when your birthday is, but let me know. Spartan. I know who you are. Are you my you're my a bonobo gorilla, right? Yeah, is that how I think you are? If your life is soft, you become soft, mate. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I think I know who you are, Timmy Bobbinson. I think I do know who you are. Am I right in guessing them? I think you got bald head. You got bald. Yeah, I think I know who you are. Yeah, people, I've got to go. I'm going to go and do stuff. Listen, look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. And take stock of what's going on. Don't let this pass you by. Be the change you want to see, all right? Be the change you want to see. And all I know is if you're ever having trouble with government, whatever, just use this. You might think that's thingy, but trust me, if you start using this book, just watch the miracles happen. It's beautiful. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got a bit of a migraine coming again. Look after yourselves. Love you all. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider doing so.